And I'm sorry, I gotta go here because everybody's going here. A lot of people are like, it's so stupid what LeBron is doing. And it's so obviously stupid what LeBron is doing. Everybody's like, what is the motivation? Is it Diddy? Is it Diddy? LeBron James is famous for, a quote, ain't no party like a Diddy party. He's been pictured at Diddy parties and friends with Diddy and the whole 9 yards. And Diddy sitting in prison right now, awaiting a trial on sex trafficking and all of that. And LeBron James loves to parade around as the godfather and caretaker of hip hop. Oh, let me have Drake come on the show, The Shop, and Drake's gonna kiss my butt. And he wants to make it clear that he sits atop the culture, LeBron James. He's the kingmaker of the culture. And so, bottom line, he's saying, yeah, I climbed into bed with all the hip hop people. The culture that kills each other, the culture that seems to be involved in a lot of gay activity, the culture that promotes disrespect for women, the culture that celebrates the killing of black people, the culture that celebrates drug dealing, and the culture that ran through Russell Simmons, Diddy, Jay-Z. I'm right in there with those guys. I'm the boss of bosses. Any chance LeBron James gets to flex his muscles about what a hip-hop guru he is and all his history with hip-hop, he does it all the time. And let me give you just one example. When the dude with the name Takeoff, he's part of Migos or whatever, these clowns and their names, but when Takeoff died, LeBron James couldn't wait to eulogize Takeoff in a press conference and talk about how upset and sad he was and talk about how he grew up and showing off just how stupid he is. Listen to LeBron James. This is about a year and a half ago, whenever Takeoff got killed. It's hard to keep pace with these rappers and when they get shot and killed about every other week. But anyway, here's LeBron James talking about Takeoff.
To get your thoughts on what he meant to the culture and what he means to you too as well.
For me, I've been listening to those guys for so long. I was listening to those guys my first year with the Heat in 2010. And you can ask any one of my teammates back then, they had no idea who the Migos was. They were like cursing me out when I would play it throughout the weight room or play it throughout the locker room. I was like, I'm telling you, these guys are next. I'm letting you know right now these days, like, turn this off. I might want to hear this. It's another hit for our community. In the black community, there are like 3 people outside your household that you kind of look up to for inspiration. There's our athletes, there's musicians, and then there's, unfortunately, when we're growing up, it's the neighborhood dope boy that you look for inspiration. And that's the unfortunate part, but they drove nice cars and wore nice things and things of that nature, so you didn't know no better.
Could you imagine? I mean, this is LeBron at 38, 39 years old. He's got kids. Could you imagine giving a press conference and talking about, when I was growing up, that's who you looked to for inspiration. Musicians, rappers, and the dope boy. That really? Really? And again, I get that LeBron lives in a bubble, and he's been blessed with all of this elite athletic talent. But he has so little. His view of the world is so narrow. He can only see the world through his lens, that 6'9" super athlete lens. He has no idea that 90% of men are shorter than 6'2", aren't blessed with a bunch of athletic talent, and have to look for other points of inspiration than just athletes and musicians and dope boys. Did you know that 17 Christians are killed for their faith every day in Nigeria? Join us and make a difference to help save lives. Visit equippingthepersecuted.org now to start your monthly donation, which will help create sustainable hope and take action to help protect an orphan or care for a widow. Again, I'm from a different generation than LeBron James, but my parents were divorced. I had some athletic ability. I was a very, very good high school athlete. But I looked to my father. I looked to my brother. I looked to my sister. I looked to Jesus Christ. I looked to my mother for inspiration. And I get LeBron doesn't know his father. I get that LeBron spent most of his time in a basketball gym. He's never read a book. He can't read. I get it. But there are people that can read. And there are other sources of inspiration. I just couldn't imagine being this stupid. And someone this stupid is capable of being immersed and caught up in Diddy's problems. Stupidity and what's going on with Diddy go hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly. The whole rap music industry is built around desperate criminal idiots who will do and say anything for a buck, who will demonize and sell young people lyrical poison for money. It's a group of idiots. You sit there and wonder how Diddy got in the position he's in. He's an idiot. LeBron James, how did he get in the position he's in? He's an idiot. Yes, he's athletic, and you get paid a lot of money for being athletic. But other than that, everybody knows LeBron James was 5'10". He'd be serving McDonald's somewhere. Not a mystery. Everybody knows you can live in denial and pretend like, oh my God, LeBron, he's so smart. The man can barely put sentences together. But idiots go to Diddy parties and brag about it. And idiots who can't read the room or who are so compromised because of their relationship with hip hop culture, with Diddy, they can't pivot. They can't see that, man, look at Caitlin Clark. Look at Patrick Mahomes. Look at Jeff Bezos. Look at Elon Musk. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. They're not allowed to make the pivot that everybody else is making. See, everybody thought Trump was dead, that they killed him in 2020. January 6th was the final dagger. And then they thought, well, if we can't, we'll put him in prison with the lawfare. Then we'll shoot him with a bullet. Everybody thought Trump was dead. And the smart people realized, like, dang, we didn't kill Trump. I better pivot. LeBron can't do it. And perhaps it's a combination of his idiocy and not being able to read the room, but also he may be so compromised because of his relationship with Diddy. He's said nothing. Diddy is sitting in prison with all kinds of sexual abuse allegations. Here's the king of hip hop and has everything to say about every rapper in the world, but he has nothing to say about Diddy. He's pictured with him, partying with him. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. He said nothing about Diddy, but he's got a lot to say about Donald Trump. How much time do you think he spent with Donald Trump? You think he knows Donald Trump? This, it's speculation, but it's got to be, when you're trying to understand what's going on here, because LeBron's got handlers. Nike and the people that are paid to handle LeBron, his MK Ultra handlers, Surely they can give him better advice than what he seems to be following here. And so you have to ask yourself, well, damn, his handler surely had to tell him, but he did this dumb stuff anyway. Why? Maybe it's Diddy. Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.